All right, good to see y'all, man. We in here. We in here. Happy to have y'all, man. Glad to see y'all. So we getting ready to go. We getting ready to make it happen, man. So we live straight from your mama front pouch. Now, this day number 3, man. I'm going live every day, and y'all can hit the cash app, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for the ones who have donated so far. I'm trying to raise about 4 grand so I can get into the studio. I got some guys who got a studio, and they just need a little deposit and all that, and a little money to pay the actors and all that. Get everything right so I can do the projects that I want to do, man. YouTube is YouTube's and change, man. YouTube wants you to produce really high quality content, man. And if you just everyday working, man, you probably can't afford to do that, man. Paying the actors, paying the editors, all that junk costs money, man. So, I can't necessarily do it on my right now, but I know if I can get help from y'all, then we can get to the point where we can do little short movies because I don't want film festivals and stuff. So, I think I know what I'm doing, man. So if we get the films, man, we can really start getting this channel to where I really want to get it, man. So I appreciate y'all who have donated, and just know it's going to a good cause, man. So what I've been doing, man, is sharing some of the videos that's went viral on TikTok. I know a lot of y'all don't mess with TikTok, man, but my TikTok page do crazy numbers, man. Like my TikTok page do crazy, bro. So I'm trying to bring the videos over here to YouTube, and let's show the videos and then even break them down. And if y'all got any questions, man, just you got any questions, just ask, and I'll answer 'em. And I'll give you little extra little details that I might not necessarily put on TikTok yet, because a lot of these stories, I'm still gathering information. I'm still learning stuff on them. People still hitting me up talking about them. So I don't always have everything. So sometimes I just give folks what I got. And sometimes I purposely hold back information because, hey man, you can't I can't overdose you on, the first time, man. You gotta come and shop with me a little bit. I can't see mother messing up I'm trying. I don't want to say it, but that stuff that they putting in the drugs these days, and it's taking mugs out. They messing up, man. They taking out your clientele. Shoot, you can't take out your clientele. You taking your own. You messing up your own pockets, man. So I ain't trying to run nobody. I ain't trying to run folks up out of here, man. So I want you to stay and get addicted to these stories, man. So, story right here. This story is about a lady who was the first, not just the first black officer, but the first black female officer too. So she was the first black officer and the first female officer in general. Wasn't even no women, like they had women working in the office and stuff, but not actually walking the street. So she was the first in her little town or whatever, man. So this is her story and what happened to her. And this is a story that got I think about 1.5 million views. So, people really like went crazy when they saw this. Cursed Echo. What up, Echo? Yeah, I ain't been going live much, man. I've been on TikTok, but I'm here to get the YouTube popping. So, appreciate you stopping through and let me know what you think about this story. Here you go.
I remember we got the call to go to the
Let me
warehouse,
know y'all hear that
and I
good.
never noticed that the warehouse was empty before, completely abandoned, boarded windows. But there was reports of noises coming from the warehouse. When me and my partner got there, we heard screams, like a woman screams, and I seen some terrible things happen to women. So maybe it was a mistake, but I had to do something. I had to. That's why I took the job. That's why I fought so hard and went through all the things I went through. But the mistake I made is a mistake many of us make. Well, we assume people had the same morals that we have. We assume they live by the same code we do. My partner, I thought he had my back. By the time I got in the building and turned around and realized he was nowhere to be found. I couldn't turn back though. I kept hearing that scream. I had to keep moving forward. I remember when I got to where I thought the scream was coming from, something followed me, and it took its time following me. The fear I felt, I'd never been so scared in my life, but this fear was different. Whatever this thing was, I didn't just feel like my life was in danger. I felt like my soul was in danger. And it followed me from room to room. I couldn't get away from it. I couldn't shake it. It never ran, though it took its time. I just remember running. I couldn't go no more. I felt like all the life just got sucked out of me. And even though I'm still in my 20s, this is what I look like now. Whatever I saw that night, it didn't just take years off my life, but it added years to my life. I remember.
Ooh, wait. Yeah, man, she went through it, man. Boy, you know, it's a lot of stories, man. Like if you're a police officer, I got respect for police. I don't care what nobody say. I got respect for police because it ain't no way in the world I'm fixing to go up in a building. Like think about it, if you a cop and you whatever they call you to go out somewhere, you just drive by whatever, and you can see hear like a lady screaming in this building, right? You got a decision to make, and it's only one decision you can make because you're a cop. You got to go in that building. Now you can wait for backup. I don't know what maybe I don't know if the procedure. I guess it's okay if you want to wait for backup, fine. But then you got to face if you wait for backup, somebody could really be getting, can lose their life. And then even with backup, shoot, I ain't ready to go up in no building I'm unfamiliar with, and it's the middle of the night, and I ain't got a clue what's going on. Shoot, I don't know how much backup you need for that to be, for you to feel okay. So that's why, man, I got a lot of respect for cops because I know I ain't going in that building. So for them to stand up and actually go and do it, you got to give them their respect, man. You got to give them their respect on that, man, because I just know I wouldn't do it. It's a story I told before about a cop who had to go up in the building, man, at night. And y'all ever seen that video where it was like a black cop? He was swollen and everything, bald head, all serious looking. And he was walking up to a building. It was nighttime. And he heard somebody scream. And he flinched and walked back to his car. I was like, man, forget that. you know, that's some serious stuff, man. See, mugs don't really be thinking about it, man. When you're a policeman, somebody call you, they call you out somebody's house. Oh, he in here acting crazy. And you got to go in that house. You don't know which room is where. You don't know what's in it. It could be a dog, all kind of stuff, man. You got to go up in that house. And then at the same time, you could pull out your thing and do what you got to do. But, pause. But you gotta be careful. Cause you just gotta be careful, man. That when you pull that, when you pull, you better make sure that you in the right. So yeah, it's a lot come with that, man. So, but I feel for this sister here, man, because she was trying to, prove herself, man. She was trying to do the right thing in her community and stand up. And I got, I think it's an honorable thing when people want to do something that, like me, I would never be a cop. Like never. It's nothing in the world that would make me be a policeman unless they told me like, yeah, we're gonna pay you 100,000. All you gotta do is sit around the office. Okay, all right, I'll be a cop. But out walking the street and all that junk, heck no, man. Because for one, I ain't gonna like taking nobody to jail, and if they done some real crazy stuff, whatever. But I know I'm like, I just ain't like, man, I can't write nobody no goddamn ticket for going past a stop sign in the middle of the night and they the only one out there. Like, I just can't do it, man. Just like, man, I was thinking about getting into tow trucks, man, and I was talking to this guy, a friend of a friend, and he was telling me about tow truck business, and he was telling me this and that, and was even going like, I don't know, we was gonna try to work something out or whatever, but I couldn't do it because I can't do the repos, man. I ain't saying if you do repos you evil or something like that. I'm just saying I couldn't do it, man. Like I couldn't. Grace don't say they pay Chicago. Yeah, you better get 100. 100K ain't enough. 100K. She say they pay Chicago cops 100K. That still ain't enough because shoot, stuff expensive in Chicago. Then on top of that, man, I've seen some videos in Chicago where policemen pull up and the boys just jump out and just ambush the cop, man. So it's videos in Chicago where you get kids, middle school kids with GLOCKs with like 30 round clips in them, man. So, you know. Oh, Curse Echoes just came through with the membership. Shout. I choked on my spit, man. Yeah, okay. Let me put you out in front of everybody. Can y'all see that? Yeah, Curse Echoes just came through with the membership. Look at man, that's what man. Look, it's your boy. I'm telling you, I love y'all, man. Cause y'all support, man. It been years and years, but y'all support, man. Thank you, Echoes, for real. Thank you, Echoes, for becoming a member. Thank you for the folks that hit the Cash App. We gonna make it. I ain't gonna give up because too many people telling me I'm too good at this, and it don't make no sense for everybody to be telling me I'm too good at this for me to quit. So I don't care what it take. I'm gonna figure this thing out, man. So every time y'all like, every time y'all comment, every time y'all watch it, it's just another little piece of motivation telling me to keep it going. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it going. I appreciate that for real. So, but yeah, I was saying about the tow truck thing. Yeah, I can't like if I repost somebody and I look in the back seat and I see they got like 3, 4 car seats in the back and basketballs for the kids, little stuffed animals and all that. I just can't do it, man. I can't repo no mama who well, ain't just gotta be no mama. I can't repo no nobody who trying to do right by their kids and I just can't do it. Cause I know if it was done to me, I wouldn't like it. Even if I know I ain't paid my bill, I'm still gonna be upset. So, I just can't do that to nobody. He said much love. Yeah, much love, Curse. Much love for real, man. We gonna pull this thing through. Grace gonna say, what about one car seat? Yeah, it don't matter, man. I just can't do it to nobody who I know that might be the only way they can get around with their kids, man. And and obviously the person's struggling. So if you repo their car, they can't go to work. Uh, they can't get to the babysitter, to the daycare, or drop their kid at school. Whatever it is, you messing them up. You where they can't do the stuff, man. So I just can't do that to nobody, man. That's just my feelings on it. But yeah, that lady, she went up in there and whatever she saw scared her so bad that she aged like 50 years, man. So yeah, whatever she saw in there was that bad, man. It put that many years on her life, man. So you can just imagine, what that'd be. Think about seeing something that, man, you see some. Now I don't, it's been a lot of cases of people that seen some where their hair turned white. But to see something that make you age, we. And I never told the story after she got old, man. So I guess one day I'm gonna have to tell her the story off when she got old. Yeah, one day I'm gonna tell that story. Let's see. Next. What can we do next? What's a good story next? Uh, this is an interesting story. Now, if y'all familiar with Ghost Adventures, raise your hand if you
So I
ever
know you
watched an
used to
episode
watch
of
Ghost
Ghost
Adventure.
Adventures. And Ghost Adventures is one of the, to me, Ghost Adventures is one of them shows that you watch on like a Saturday morning while you cleaning up. You know, it's like a perfect clean the house. Grace knows says saw my grandmama naked. It aged me 7 years. That's ignorant. That is ignorant. No, that's not. No, that is not. That's not ignorant. That's ignorant. That's. I gotta put the real syllables in there. That is ignorant. You talk about your grandma like that. Your big fine grandma. Anyway, so yeah, Ghost Adventures is one of them shows that to me is just like the perfect show to watch on a weekend, man. Like while you cleaning up on a Saturday or something, or while you just kind of chilling, scrolling through your phone, and it's just a nice little background noise type show for me, man. So it's about like three white boys, and they just going different places, finding ghosts. But now, one time they messed around and went to the projects in Chicago, but this episode never aired because I ain't gonna give it away. Here you go.
So I know you used to watch Ghost Adventures back in the day. Now Zach Bagans, he was gonna do a show back in like '05 where he went to the different little spots in Chicago. Like he was gonna go to the different little hood spots, right? So he was gonna go to Cabrini Green and bust off for the first episode. But he and his crew, and they go with a whole crew. Like it ain't just like on the show, they only show 3 or 4 guys. It'd be a real whole TV crew with them, right? So they went inside Cabrini in one of the buildings that they was getting ready to tear down in a couple, years or whatever. And they said that it was something that ran them up out of there in about an hour. By the time before they even just finished unloading the truck, something ran them up out of there. And on the show, they be capturing like these ghost orbs and little light type things. But they say it was a whole thing, man. So all the people from the neighborhood, like when they found out, because people knew, they was gonna do the show, and they asked, yeah, what happened to the folk that was gonna do that show, man? And they were like, man, they ran into that thing, man. I remember because one of the guys, he was gonna be on the show, so I asked him what happened. He said, man, them boy, Bodine, boy, them boy, well, we was supposed to be on the show. Right, this Chicago slang for y'all that don't know. We just exaggerate words like that. Like, them boys, Bodine, boy, we was supposed to be on the show till they ran into that thing.
So they ran into that thing. Now that thing, no, this video, I don't know, it didn't get the attention. It didn't get a lot of views on TikTok. So I never really kind of followed up on it. So that's how I do, man. I follow up on stuff based on interest. So if I put a story out and like, it don't really do all that, I don't really you follow up on it, man. But when the story do numbers, I try to follow up. So this one didn't do a lot of numbers, so I really didn't follow up on it. My TikTok page is very, very, very chocolate, man. Like I'm talking about. There's many family members of mine on TikTok. My whole TikTok look like Soul Train Awards or BET Awards. Or, it ain't no MTV or VH1. This is BET, man. So so they probably didn't really know who this guy is. They probably had never, and that's another thing. Like I got like, you know, this horror thing still kind of new to black folk. It's like Jordan Peele and stuff. They are kind of they opening the door to more black people watching horror. Cause we would watch it back in the day, but now we kind of like starting to become like fanatics of it, like white folks do. So they probably didn't really know who this guy is too much, but yeah, man, they went down there in the projects, man. They seen something that ran them up out of there, and they were scared to air the footage. And then on top of that, man, some people actually got hurt. So they didn't want to, like, they had a suit against them because they kind of like promised people that they'd be okay, and they took responsibility and stuff for it. So they had to get rid of the footage because the footage showed these people getting hurt, and they didn't want to be responsible for it. So they had a decision to make: either we air this footage and end up losing our contract and deal, or we air the footage and we got proof of something, crazy. But then on top of that, you got to be careful what you show, because if people look at it as like fake, then it kind of could hurt your reputation because they're gonna not believe it. And then on top of that, if you go that far, what else is there left for you to do? Just like with wrestling, man. Wrestling was a big deal when we was growing up, and wrestling kind of just now getting back to being popular as it was. And the reason is because back when we was growing up, they had what they called the Attitude Era, where they was doing crazy stuff every week, man. Like you had WWE versus WCW, you had ECW in the mix, and they was doing crazy stuff every week, man. So since they were doing all that crazy junk, it's hard. It was after the era was over, it was hard for them to follow it up. Cause we had seen everything. We seen Mankind get thrown off the cage. We done seen Stone Cold, beat up the whole goddamn company. We seen the Rock and Hulk Hogan, and we done just saw so much, man. That we had DX and we had NWO, and he had Goldberg with the crazy long streak. So it was hard for them to follow that up, man. So that's another reason why I think Zach had to be careful and not do too much, because after he did that, what the freak he gonna do to follow it up? But I got a feeling one day when they get all the way dried up and there's nothing left for them to do, I think they're gonna release it at that point. That's my opinion, at least. So Echo says, awesome how the black community has grown in horror culture. Yeah, man, I do like it because me and my brothers and sister, man, and shoot, my mama too, for that fact. Like we grew up as like we was watching horror, man. Like we was watching it, man, and that's all we watched, man. Michael Myers and whatever, Chainsaw Massacre, and we was into that stuff, man. So it was and it was just like us, man. Like nobody else really watched it. They watched, people knew Michael, Freddy, and Jason and Chucky, but and that was about it, man. But it was, man. I would love when October hit and they would do the 31 days of horror, 31 days of Halloween or whatever on AMC, and they'd be showing every horror movie. And man, I love that. My mama, she'd be watching all of them, and I like that time of year. Man. Halloween, my favorite holiday, so that's my time right there, man. I love Halloween, bro. That's my favorite holiday. I like going, man. We go out to I wanted to film it, but it'd be too dark, man. You can't really get no good footage. But on the east side of Atlanta, they do a big thing where like everybody in the city come to this one area to go trick or treat, and it's crazy. Like it'd be thousands of people, man. Like it's literally thousands of people out trick or treating. It's crazy, man. Like it's just unbelievable. We went, but it's kind of slowing down now. They don't give out as much candy as they used to, man. It used to go on all night long, but I don't know if it was just this year, but they slowed it down bad in 2023. Like it was like, shit, man, it was like, it was just bad, man. I'm like, dang, this used to be the thing, man. They just took all the fun up out of it, man. So, cause my first time I went was 2022. Cause my wife, she'd go with our daughter and stuff. She'd go the first couple of years, but I ain't never go because I'm like, man, they going trick or treat, man, whatever. I had to go to work or whatever, but I messed around and went in 22. So I was like, man, it's the craziest thing I ever seen. But my daughter, she was like 3 at the time, so we had to come on back because she was getting, you know. So when we went in, what's that? So that's 22. Then in 23, that was last year. I was ready. I had my costume and everything, but they stopped giving out candy early, man. Like everybody was out of candy. I'm like, dang, y'all ain't, what happened, man? Like, you know. So I guess they put the word out, like, we gotta slow it down. They taking it too far. Yeah, that joke was crazy, man. So anyway, next, let's talk about one of my favorite shows growing up, man. A show from the 90s. Well, when did it start? Maybe it started in the 90s. But Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt it's crazy how scary stuff was to us that our kids see that it's like just child's play. It's like nothing. Like when I was a kid, wasn't nothing scarier than the goddamn Crypt Keeper, man. The Crypt Keeper was the scariest thing in the world, man. Echoes say back in my hometown, they would ride us through the cemetery on Halloween and ditch the trailer that scared the mess out of us. So y'all will be riding on the back of the trailer and they'll just unhook and pull off on you. Ooh, wee. Shh. Yeah, that's a good trick right there. That's a nice little trick, man. Mm. Yeah, that's a good trick right there. Yeah, Tales from the Crypt, man. Well, that show, even now, like you watch it now, it ain't scary. It's still like entertaining, but man, at the time, it ain't even about the show. It was just about the Crypt Keeper, man. The Crypt Keeper was so goddamn scary, man. And when that show come on, is leading through that house, and down in the basement is that little skeleton man, and he down there just chilling, waiting to pop up out the car. That junk was scary, man. And we would and then one day, as we got a little older, we started when we show would be coming on, we'd be waiting and we'd be hiding. And then as soon as he'd pop up on the screen, we'd jump up and start punching the screen. Back then you could hit the TV screen because we had, TV screens was made out of titanium glass. Nowadays, boy, you can't even. You better be careful touching your TV screen. But back then, you can literally punch a TV screen and it'll hurt you more than it hurt the TV, man. And we'll get up and we'll beat the crap out the screen, man. And as we started getting a little braver, and I don't even know if we watched it. Yeah, I guess we watched the show, but it was mostly just about seeing him, man. Yeah, that laugh, man, and him. Yeah, Crypt Keeper was something else, man. But I was call myself playing a prank on my daughter, and I turned it on the Crypt Keeper, and like how you can control the TV with your phone. So I turned the TV on with my phone from the other side of the house, and she go in there and see the Crypt Keeper, and and I'm waiting on her to scream or holler or come running, and she just in there watching it. She in there just watching it, and I'm like, hey, you see what's on the TV, right? Yeah, it's scary, ain't it? A little bit. I said, man, these kids not different, boy. You did that junk to us back in the day, man. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine like your parents on one side of the house and you go to the other side of the house to go chill or whatever, and you just randomly the TV is on the Crypt Keeper? Boy, different times, boy. Turn my Xbox on by mistake. Different times, boy. But anyway, the Crypt Keeper comes from a woman who they call Medea the Mortician, or some people call her Mammy the Mortician. Just depend on who you're talking to and where you're talking to them at. But this woman here, uh, she is like one of them people you called, and she like one of them people who she was a mortician. I'm sorry, somebody texted me, but she was a mortician. So what you call it? God dang it. So was she okay? I'm not gonna tell you the story. I'm gonna play the video. My bad. Just play the video. That's why I'm like something ain't right, man. Yeah, I'm supposed to just play the video. So here you go. The video will tell all. Here it is.
Did you know that the show Tales from the Crypt came from a lady named Mammy the Mortician, or Medea the Mortician, just depending on, different people say different things. So the story with her is she ran a funeral home, and she, would get decent rates and such. Like she was like middle of the road, but she worked with the po folks and all that. Especially like if it seemed like she cut certain deals with certain people or whatever. But the reason why is because she was all jacked up here. She had a thing for the people who was gone. She had like a secret room down in the basement. And in this room down in the basement, she would hold certain people. She had like these things built into the caskets, like built into the wall or something, where she could just like pull them out and open them up and like that or whatever, right? And she'd spend time telling them stories, and she'd be asking them what's their story. She'd be telling them, tell me about what happened to you, tell me, so I guess that's why she would cut people deals, because she looked at the stories that was coming from the people as just like it was valuable to her. So just for years and years she collected these stories, and that book got some stuff in it, boy. A lot of folks still looking for that book. Did you know?
Yeah, so that's Medea. She that's her story, man. She that's where they got the idea from Tales from the Crypt at, man. So she got all the stories, man. She got all these people's stories that they gave her after they was gone. They gave her all these different stories, and she got them in that book. Now, where that book is at, somebody got it. It's in somebody attic or somebody basement, and it's hopefully it ain't tore up and rained on and watered and got all on it, and but that book is out there somewhere. Somebody got it, and it got some stories in it that I bet was just we couldn't even probably, man. It got some stories in it, man. One reason why I do what I do is because in the black culture, we don't. Our elders, they don't get on social media. Like my granddaddy, even my daddy, my mama, they not posting on social media. They might get on and watch and look at stuff, but my mama not gonna go on Reddit and post stories or anywhere and post stories. My daddy not, So there's a lot of, and especially our grandparents and greats and uncles and all that stuff. They not gonna do it. So there's so many stories that's gonna get lost. And yeah, maybe some stories need to get lost. But it's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna get lost, man. That, in my opinion, need to be told, need to be heard, man. Because when I was a kid, it wasn't none better than hearing old folks share stories, man. It was the most like relaxing, amazing experience, man. I just remember sitting on the porch and just hearing them talk, you know. And I wish it would have happened more. But when it happened, I still remember it a couple of times, specifically, man. So, that's the kind of stuff, man, that we not getting these days, man. People not sharing the stories with the youth, man. We always talking. It just ain't the same, man. And kids don't want to hear it 'cause they so involved on their phone. Even with my daughter, man, like I said, hey, let's sit down. Let me tell you a couple stories before we go to bed. And just telling her about when I was a kid, and she should. They ain't done told me like, I really don't want to. So but when we was little, we loved to hear that stuff. But now, shoot, they see so much on social media. Just like when we was kids, man. What we talk about when we was kids, man? I want to either be a basketball player, football player, a doctor, or a lawyer. That's all we knew, man. Basketball, we're gonna be an athlete, a rapper, a singer, a doctor, or a lawyer. That's all we knew. We didn't know about engineering. We didn't know about uh, just all the different kinds of jobs and different things you can do in a career. We might have learned it as time went on, but when I was growing up, I didn't know no doctors, lawyers, engineers. I knew construction workers, alley mechanics, you know, the guys who stood on the corner, bus drivers, and that's kind of stuff we knew. Truck drivers. So hey, you kind of a victim of what you been around. You feel? Yeah, it's kind of like it just is what it is. What you been around is what you know. You don't know nothing else. So that's why I just like to share these stories, man. Hoping that I can teach people different stories about life and just make them whatever. All right, next story up, man, is yeah, Curse Echoes say I miss the old days of stories. I grew up around a lot of old folks and their stories were the best. Yeah, man. Hey, you see, and I know, and I'm trying not to ramble, but it's just hard to explain that feeling, man, or sitting there hearing that stuff, man. It's just hard to explain it, man. Man, I remember my grandmama had a friend named, I think, Shirley, and she'd come over and they'd sit in the kitchen and talk. And they was talking one night, and I sure wish I knew the rest of the story, man. Man, I don't know if I had to go. I don't know if they told me to get out. I don't know what happened. I don't know if The Simpsons was on and I had to go. But they was telling the story. And when old folks get telling a story, they lean in and they get to whispering. That's how you know the story finna get real crazy. And she was like, and I was in my bed and I said, and I knew somebody's in this house. Somebody was in that house with me. Man, I wish I remember what she said after that. And man, when I heard that as a kid, I'm like, oh, what the heck she mean somebody in the house? Who is like what's somebody? What that mean? Can there just be somebody in your house? Like what the heck is that about? So, as you see, stick with me to this day, man. And at the time, I was little, man. Like, shoot, I was younger than third grade. Like, this was before. I know for a fact before. when it wasn't after fourth grade. This was fourth grade and younger, man. So it just even something that simple stuck with me all this time, man. That's how man, bro. Man, I wish my family was close, man. My daughters, so I want my kids to experience some of that. You know what I'm saying? I want them to get some of that experience. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all sticking through with me, and we making this thing do what it do. Appreciate those who have donated. Appreciate Echoes for the membership. Appreciate the new subscribers. Appreciate the likes, the views. Hey, it may not be a lot, but hey, it is what it is, man. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. So next up, y'all want to hear something heart wrenching, some like kind of on the sad side. Let's see. This one kind of on the sad side.
Some of the best people you can meet is Marines, man. Real loyal people, man. I'm talking about just undying loyalty and brotherhood. They carry that junk with them. And, I got stories that, they used to tell me. It's hard to get them to tell you something, but, sometimes they'll let something out, every now and then. Now, the Vietnam era Marines, they really, really, really went through it, man. They was, cause, the Marines go in first ones to go in. They don't always know what they're getting into. They don't always know what's around the corner, but they got to go and make way for everybody else to follow up behind them. Now, a lot of the black veterans, it was this thing where it was like, oh, you fighting in this white man war and all that. And a lot of people just did it because there wasn't much else out there for them, Some people, just instead of going to the street life, they would try to do that, get them a little stability when they come out to check or whatever, One of the craziest stories I heard, they say they was letting people onto a boat to get them away from, where the fights and junk was happening at. And it was a lady. She came up and she had a pig, with a leash on it, and then she had a baby in her other hand. So now they had told her you can only bring one thing on or whatever. So without hesitation, the lady threw her offspring into the water. And the leader of the troops, he freaked out and had somebody dive in and save it. And they turned to the lady and asked, why would you do that? And the lady told him, I can always have another baby. Some of the best.
That's something serious right there, ain't it? Oh, boy, boy. That's something serious right there. Let me tell you something, man. Sometimes I talk to older people, man, and some people have it made up in their mind, or at least feel like there's the possibility that a day gonna come where we gonna be hungry. I'm talking about hungry for real. Like a day gonna come when uh when stuff just ain't gonna be the same. Like a famine gonna hit. Like back in the day when now farming and stuff so different, man. Like farming has been the food industry has been mastered in such a way that there isn't a slow season. Like the way farming really work is like 7 good years and 7 bad years. So like your farm might be busting and producing for like 7 years, and then like the earth just shifts where you have like 7 bad years where it might be less rain or whatever the case may be. And a lot of times at this time, people will burn down their farms just because like burning the stuff get the ash in the ground, and then the ash will like help it regrow, whatever. So yeah, this was the time. Like that's how things go. But now we didn't like created a system or like where we didn't created a system where like it don't work like that no more. Like it's just it's always food. There's always food. There's always foods. I might have to do a video about this because there's always foods that we don't even grow or stuff in our country. Like we always got pineapples. What we ain't growing no pineapples in America? Where from? I done drove. Look, I done drove from the bottom Miami, Florida, all the way to the top corner, Seattle, Washington, down to the bottom left corner, Los Angeles, to the upper right corner. Have I been to Maine? I ain't been to Maine. But I've been to, what is that? What's above New York? Is that Vermont? Let me see. I think it's freaking Vermont. Let me see. Let me look at my map real quick. Yep. I done been all the way up to Vermont. I ain't been to Maine, but I was right next door to it. I done been through New Hampshire. All right. I done been all around this mug, man. And I ain't seen a pineapple farm. I ain't seen a coconut farm. I ain't seen man, you barely see an apple. Or I seen oranges. In California, you'll see a lot of stuff. You see oranges. But man, you don't see, man, bro, you don't see this stuff, man. Like, you don't see this stuff. So just the fact that we have all this stuff that you never see, it just gotta raise the question, man. Like, bro, where's we getting this stuff from? I'm gonna do a video on that though. But yeah, back to the what I was saying about a lot of people say that there's a day coming where we gonna be hungry, man. And I hope that you know God can do what He want to do, and God will do what He want to do. And I just hope that that's not in His plan, man. If it is, so be it. But yeah, I just hope we not headed to a day where we gotta face some real hunger, man. You know. But personally, I don't think so. I personally, I don't see it. I don't see it because the people in power in America, they enjoy making money, and they enjoy. That's why a lot of the stuff people say like, "Oh, we're gonna have World War III," and this man, these folks enjoy that money. Okay, these different world leaders and stuff. Why would they want to do a war and destroy this world where they why would you want to destroy? You're not going to want to destroy the world when you run the world, okay? If anybody want to destroy the world, it's the ones who ain't got nothing. The ones who got something, why would they want to tear it up? And they killing the game. You think they want to tear this thing up and have a nuclear war? Heck no. They having the time of their life. They'll take you out of here talking about some war. Shoot. Yeah, heck no, boy. They have, man, shoot. These folks is enjoying themselves. They is not finna throw everything away over these little stupid little disputes, man. Heck no. I tell you, you know it too. Think about it. They gonna play tough and for the cameras and the news gonna blow stuff up. But come on, man. Russia will go to war with Ukraine because that's not ending. That's not like that ain't that type of war. That ain't like Russia and America. Like, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you right now why ain't nobody gonna they ain't gonna mess with America because they love us too much. Now, America, we not like We don't have corn. I mean, like we don't have like how other places known for stuff. China known for rice, and Irish known for potatoes or something, and Africa known for like minerals. Like all the different places known for stuff, but America, we known for our entertainment. We got the best sports except soccer. They kicking our butt on the soccer, but basketball, we got all the basketball stars. We got the excuse me, we got the best football stars, basketball, football. We got the baseball. The three out of the four major sports we run it. We got rap, we got rock, we got pop. We run all that stuff. Think about it, man. What music is the only time like America we run music. Now you used to have Europeans. They was when rock was out. The Europeans had a nice little foothold in rock music, and I need to look into that too. How come the Europeans were so big with rock? Because it kind of blew my mind. Like when I started like learning more about rock, how many like bands, you famous bands and stuff was Europeans, man. Like I was like, wow, I had no clue, man. So but as of today, we run every genre of music. Think about it, the only to music that's big time that's not from America is what? K-pop. K-pop is the only brand of music, and I think the K stands for Korean, if I ain't mistaken. I don't listen to it, so I don't know, but I'm assuming it's Korean. Uh, that's the only genre of music that's big that's not American. Other than that, we run all this junk, man. We run this junk, so ain't nobody gonna mess with us because they love our entertainment, man. The guy from North Korea, why he loved like Dennis Rodman get all the love because he loved the Chicago Bulls, and he can't get Michael Jordan, but shoot, he get Dennis Rodman. So, and that's just one of the, that's man. Look, our stars can go to these other countries and sit with their royalty and their leadership because that's just how it is. Right? That's just how it is. We run this entertainment stuff. That's our export here in America. I'm gonna do one more. What are we coming up on? We're coming up on an hour. Yeah, I'm kind of tired, man. I had a long day at work, long week at work, and so I'm gonna give y'all one more. I'm gonna give y'all one more. Let's see. Which one I want to do? I'm thinking of one. I can't remember what it's called. So, let's leave on a lighter note. So, why is it so hard to pick a video? I wish that I had a lot of people here so they could tell me which one to do. It's hard to pick a video. Let's do one for that. Since we did Tales from the Crypt, we was in the 90s. Want to do another? Should we do another 90s? Okay, this is a good one. I know which one I'm going to do. No, I ain't going to do that one. No, I ain't going to do that. How long is this one? Well, I know somebody going to be watching like, oh my God, pick a video. I'll do this one. I like this video.
Queen Elizabeth I was known as the V-Card Queen because she said she pledged her body to England. And because of this, she didn't like to have menses around her on a consistent basis, so she kept women around her. Now also, if you the queen, folks coming for your life, so the folks who around you got to be ready for whatever. Now, she couldn't find women committed enough to dedicate their lives to her without at some point becoming distracted by the men or the want for children or something like that. Until one day, a group of female assassins from Africa was brought to her and suggested that she consider making them her closest servants. Now, the women were knighted and fought for the queen until she passed at the age of 69. Like, these were some bad women, man. They ran, they ran the military things, and whenever there was invasions and all that, man, like, they was front line, man. And the women, after Elizabeth passed at 69, the women spent the rest of their lives guarding the queen's grave. Queen Elizabeth I was known.
Man, what y'all think about that one? That's one of my favorite stories, man. Man, I like nights. I like the idea of a night, man. Like, to me, yeah, I don't know. I just like the idea of a night, man. Like, if I was when I get rich, man, I might just buy me like a suit of armor and just like walk around my backyard with a suit of armor on or something, you know. I don't know. I just like the idea of a night, man. It just seemed like a cool thing, you know. So I wish that night movies, man. You would think that if I like nights, I would like movies like the Sword and Shield night movie. I don't know, man. Like, the reason I don't like them is because they kind of like, I don't like the dialogue, man. I don't like the Shakespearean type dialogue, man. It just always seemed like so over the top. And I'm like, bro, just because it's 18 or 1700, whatever, just because it's 16, 15, 1700, whatever, people were still people, man. People were still people, man. So Echo say, I want to hear more into the Queen Elizabeth thing. All right, man. You know what? Since you a brand new channel member, I'm gonna put something together. I'll put something together. I go a little deeper into that story. I go a little deeper, man. Yeah, I'll break it. I'll break that down a little bit more. Yeah, I'll go because that is. I really like that story, man. I really rock with that story. So, but yeah, that's it, man. We're coming up on an hour. Thank y'all who donated. Boy, y'all just don't know, man. Y'all just don't know. I be wanting to give up, but I can't because I got people that rock with me. As long as I got people that rock with me, I'm gonna keep doing what I do, man. So I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I will see you tomorrow night. Be ready, baby. Cause we going hard tomorrow. I'm gonna come home, take me a little nap. And so I'm gonna be ready to go tomorrow. I want to take a nap today, but I was just trying to spend some time with the family. But tomorrow I'm taking me a little nap and we're gonna be ready to go, man. So appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Yep.